Hey folks, welcome to America First Center in the Lucky Lounge. We're horsing around. Darren Eliot, Brian McCormack. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, everyone. We were told ugly sweater. Yours, I wouldn't even call it ugly. That's ostentatious. And this is Vineyard Vines. I don't think this is ugly either.
It's not ugly at all. I didn't have a sweater at all. So you get the jacket. Again, it doesn't fit anymore, but...
So maybe we missed the assignment, but we are festive and we do look good and ready to talk. Silver Knights Lucky Launch, which just happened earlier this week. Silver Knights have 2 more games before the Christmas break, long Christmas break. They're going to be off from the 22nd through, I think they come back to practice on the 27th. So that's a lot of time to get yourself recalibrated at a time when the Silver Knights are playing very well. So we'll talk about what is to come. And then a little bit of Christmas fun as well. Riley McKay is going to join us as well. He was the man who scored the Lucky Launch goal, so we'll get his insights on that as well. But before we get into all the festivities and all the fanfare and all the fluff and fur, for the Silver Knights, they've now won 3 of their last 4. A really difficult stretch of scheduling where they played 4 straight against Bakersfield, then 3 straight against San Diego. That's a chess match at that point, right? There's not a lot of secrets between any opponent. And through that run, Silver Knights split against Bakersfield, 2 of 3 against San Diego. That's a pretty good stretch.
It is, especially when you think of Trevor Connolly being, loaned to the World Junior team, Team USA. Lavoie out. All of a sudden, your offense, not exactly as easy to call on. So, going back to the base of the season, it's been about defense, hard hockey, checking, and that got them through this stretch that you just talked about in pretty good fashion, hanging in there.
And that kind of describes the last 2 wins as well, where you got depth scoring, strong defensive work, and great goaltending. Yeah. They had a 2-1 shootout win against San Diego in San Diego, where the only goal was Ben Hemmerling, who had the shootout winner as well, and a great outing from Jesper Vikman, who had a little bit of a rough November, 4 or 5 week stretch. Carl Lindbaum had started 4 in a row. Vikman gets his chance and does very, very well.
Yeah.
And then Lucky Launch, you go right back to Carl Lindbaum, and he has a 32-save shutout. We spent so much time talking about the goal-scoring aspect of Lucky Launch. Goaltending was the story of the night.
It was. Gally Klang at the other end, but really, in doing the game, you commented, it's like, Carl's locked in. Like, okay, oh yeah, this is what Carl Lindbaum looks like. You were much more in tune with it than I was. It's like, we could have played till midnight. We didn't want to. The puck wasn't getting by him that night. That was the presence that he brought to that game, and ultimately it was needed.
And you can speak to this as a goaltender, and I think it's what we all know from having watched Carl Lindbaum for a year and a half now, is that when Carl Lindbaum is slightly off, the puck, he makes the saves, they just maybe don't stick to him as well, or he's managing puck control on pucks that come his way. Versus on Tuesday night, where you realize, like, if you're going to beat Carl Lindbaum tonight, you're going to need some sort of a redirection, or you're going to need to be absolutely perfect. And perhaps the best save that was an example of that, I thought, was on the power play for San Diego. There's a shot that's blocked. It leaks out to the left wing side, right into Sam Colangelo's wheelhouse. I don't know how Lindbaum got across from left to right, but that's the Carl Lindbaum where he's anticipating pucks east-west in the zone, and it makes him so tough to beat.
And that was off a skate in the high slot, so it wasn't even that you could anticipate a clean play on a right-to-left pass. His reads are so good that he's reading, that puck is going there. Oh, it didn't go exactly there, and he still made the adjustment, but the explosiveness to get there, the adjustment on the deflected pass to Colangelo, who wired it, that's a phenomenal save, brilliant save, and a really fun at Lee's family forum.
Yeah. And one last Lindbaum subject, we'll continue on, but it's one of the things I think is so interesting, the development of a young goaltender. The difference between the AHL and the NHL is sizable for all players. When Lindbaum played with the Golden Knights, played well, deserved a better record than he had, didn't get so much run support, but we saw a different Carl Lindbaum than we're accustomed to seeing, which is you don't often see him beat clean, but against NHL shooters you will. And if you're Carl Lindbaum, you probably learned a little something about yourself there too, of okay, what do I need to become an everyday NHL goaltender? And he comes back to Henderson, there's a few games, still looked great, but wasn't automatic Carl just yet.
Right.
And Tuesday we saw it. That isn't just a reversion back to, oh, that's the Carl we know. That's the growth of the lessons learned after a month and a half in the NHL.
That's really well said. And you have to give the athlete a lot of credit in that regard, because nobody likes getting sent down, regardless of the situation. Even if getting called up was maybe a little bit of a surprise. But proves that he has the right mental capacity to approach the work that needs to be done, the lessons to be learned, because that was just a fine performance on Lucky Launch night. But what you mentioned, the NHL shooters, they're going to, oh, we don't know this guy. Watch a little bit of tape, okay, and they can see not a weakness, but maybe a vulnerability in the game and exploit it right away. And that's what he'll have to work on. Okay, high blocker, I seem to get tuned up a little bit there. Why? And those are the kinds of nuances that get you ready for the next time you get to the National Hockey League.
And now 2 shutouts for Lindbaum in his AHL campaign thus far. Let's talk about the Lucky Launch goal, because that's the moment everyone waits for. How rare it is that the Lucky Launch goal is the goal in a 1-0 contest, but the Silver Knights got it from Riley McKay, who Kai Uchaz's shot that leaks through Calle Klang, the only puck that leaked through Calle Klang. Right. He was terrific. Onto the goal line, Riley McKay makes sure, punches it to the back. Fun for him, his first goal of the season. But on top of that, again, kind of indicative of what the Silver Knights need and are starting to get, which is depth scoring beyond the Lazinskis, beyond the Connollys or the Ron Bjergs. Now those bottom 6 starting to cash in too.
And the other one I listed who wasn't here from an offensive standpoint, leaving out Braden Bowman, who's up in the National Hockey League. So it's going to be depth scoring. A lot of it is generated by their defense. We know that as well. But their game is a grinding game. Let's just be honest. It has to be based on personnel, based on needs, based on what could be a strength. And it's only a strength if you get that kind of scoring. But if you're doing things the right way, as Riley McKay was, he went to the net. Mm-hmm. You do that 100 times, he might score 5. Unfortunately, that's about the ratio, right? Because a good shooting percentage is 10%. But if you're a grinder, you don't get a lot of ice time. You need to score, and you need to score goals in that fashion.
And then a scrap on the other side of the intermission. So there wasn't a lot of reasons for fans to cheer, and that's not, sometimes that's a criticism. It was a good energy building. It was a fun, but there was one goal horn that went off. But every time the fans had reason to rise out of their seats on Tuesday, it was because of something Riley McKay was doing.
Pretty much, and the goaltending. Right?
Yes.
So it was an exciting game because chances were generated. There were good looks. The goalies were just the best players on the ice that night.
Sometimes a pitcher's duel is still fun if it's a 1-0 game, and that was Tuesday. You've leaned into this a little bit. I think maybe it hasn't gotten the attention it deserves. Where the Silver Knights have been in win one, lose one mode for a few weeks now. Now they've won 3 of 4 and back to back.
Right.
Braden Bowman with the Golden Knights may never return. Although I will say he was at the game on Tuesday.
That's so cool.
After the game, we're getting interviews from players. And I see Braden Bowman's back there, giving hugs and getting handshakes. Mitch McLean walked into the lounge like, there's a celebrity in the building. So he did pop in to see his old friends.
Bustin' chops is the best.
Yeah, and of course Braden Bowman is. Sometimes I feel like someone needs to tell him he's in the NHL. He's just the most down to earth guy. But that was neat. But in uniform, who knows if we ever see Bowman in a Silver Knights uniform again? But that's a departure. Lindbaum for a long stretch was a departure. They have been without Raphael Lavoie and probably will be for still several weeks. Right. There's been a lot of significant departures from this lineup. Trevor Connolly's out for a couple of weeks now, and now it sounds like there might be some VGK injuries. We'll wait and see what that may do to impact the Silver Knights lineup in the next couple of weeks. The point is, the Silver Knights have been making contributions to the VGK for over a month now, and they've hung in. It has the potential to derail a season, and they've not just hung in, they've maintained.
And that's a difference. The last couple of seasons, it's been derailed. Poor start, whatever the reasons were, it got derailed early, a hole too deep to climb out of kind of thing. The division is really packed, and they've stayed in the hunt, and that makes for a really exciting, not just holiday games on the road, but the second half of the season.
Yeah, and This has been discussed a little bit too, how it's been a weird schedule for the Silver Knights this season. They've already played Bakersfield 7 times. They've already played San Diego 7 times.
Game 7s, but folks.
Yeah, and we haven't hit Christmas yet.
I know.
And meanwhile, we're going to see Colorado for the first time this weekend, first place Colorado, who they've had a terrific season thus far. But you realize everyone in this division outside of Abbotsford has, I'm not going to say everyone's had a terrific season, but the gap between first place and 8th place is 8 points.
Right. So again, that's kind of mirroring what's going on in the National Hockey League across all the divisions, maybe other than the Central. But again, it's everyone say, well, is it mediocrity? It's like, no, it's an elevation. The teams that struggled and finished out in the National League and the AHL have raised their game, have raised their ability to win games this season. It's just made for a compacted standings.
As of Thursday afternoon, cat of the bag, that's what we're doing. It's Thursday afternoon. The Silver Knights are in 6th, but the Silver Knights, the Condors, and the Gulls all have the same number of points. They'll have, I think it's 27 now.
Yeah.
In 9th place is the Tucson Roadrunners. They're 500. So 9 of the 10 teams in the Pacific are 500 or better. I've never seen that.
And Abbotsford won the Calder Cup last year,
and they're paying the piper for it.
They celebrated too long and didn't replace their roster. Everybody went up to Vancouver.
Well, it will be fun this weekend. Last 2 games before the Christmas break. You talked about this on Tuesday, the importance of staying in the moment, not looking too far ahead. We're all human. We all look forward to a break. And especially, players are used to going home on the 24th, enjoying the 25th, getting back on a plane for the 26th. This is the longest break I've seen in a while, so you can't blame anyone for looking a little bit ahead. Silver Knights haven't thus far. But again, for Colorado, this is one of the teams we're seeing for the first time, a first place team, and a building that's a zoo every time you go in there.
And all of those points should get the team's attention.
Yeah.
You should be able to stay in the moment. You're hoping Colorado, maybe as the home team, are the ones who are a little bit distracted by the holiday and all the festivities and all the things that go with the season in terms of family being in town and those kinds of things, last minute Christmas shopping, those kinds of things. But I think the Silver Knights should be able to lock it in and be right on task because Colorado's having such a good season and it's such a lively environment.
Well, and one less distraction to worry about. The Silver Knights, with their lucky launch on Tuesday, and also we'll tip a cap, America First Credit Union was the presenting sponsor of Lucky Launch. They donated 2,000 bears, just under 6,000 total collected, so terrific job by the fans. But that's the last one the Silver Knights are going to be a part of. They've been a part of 3, and I think they're as wonderful as it all is. You're ready for the hockey games to be the hockey games. They don't have that to worry about in Colorado.
Yeah, there won't be that. Just be the raucous crowd that they have to contend with.
We'll take a break. Before we do, just one last thought on Lucky Launch. There was a 6-foot bear that came to life in the middle of the arena. How has there been no discussion about that?
Did you get to the bottom of it yet?
No, it was either magic or it was someone from Chandler Blanchard's team, but I'm leaning towards magic.
AI hits everywhere.
That's right. Coming to an arena near you. I will say that the bear, which I can't blame him because he became sentient, he was probably a little scared.
Yeah.
But he got up and ran off. I mean, he could have picked up a bag or two. I mean, it helped the cause.
But that went very well, too. Everybody on the ice and At Least Family Farm did a great job of getting the game restarted.
Did a phenomenal job. Nice, quick back to hockey. And I will say, I don't think that 6-foot bear is in the back of the truck for the Salvation Army. So
driving around the valley,
roaming the streets. If you see a 6-foot tall teddy bear that looks lost and confused, please call us at 702. You know what? Let's take a break. We'll be back in a few moments. Riley McKay, the Lucky Launch goal scorer, joins us for Horsin Around.
Autograph book. What is that? I like this one. Is that cat? It's probably just a dial. Should have block and cheese. Wait, we gotta.
I like that. That was my Halloween costume last year.
That's Euro. The Viking.
Autograph book. That is unbelievable.
Lucky's picture.
Come on.
I'm gonna sign it.
Ridiculous.
What's up? You want me to sign it? Who's that? It's Ben. Me?
The chef. Nice.
Oh my god.
Thank you guys for doing it.
That's great.
Right there.
Oh, nice.
Oh, damn, man.
Oh,
It's a nice fish.
good size.
Lucky, what's up, bro? Yep. Come on now. You see that? Is that me?
Wow. I might have a new calling card here. Actually kind of suits me.
I need to get a picture with Tim.
Wow.
Can I get a picture?
That's a good one. Oh, okay.
You rang it.
Wow.
Yep.
That's fun.
Next.
That's good stuff right there. That's good stuff.
We're back, we're horsing around, and we're with the man of the hour, Riley McKay, who is the Lucky Launch goal scorer. Congratulations, Riley, you are a man for the moment.
Thanks, BMAC. Yeah, it's a pretty neat event. Played in Teddy Bear Toss or Lucky Launch for a lot of years now, and that was pretty cool to be able to get that goal.
Was that the first Lucky Teddy Bear Toss goal that you scored in your career?
Yeah, that was definitely my first one, yeah.
What's the meaning of it? I mean, it's fun. It's nice to be it's a charitable event, so it's nice to be the guy who pulls the trigger on the release of the Bears for sure. But is that something that guys in their career look back on? I mean, it doesn't reach the level of a playoff overtime goal, obviously, but I'm sure everyone likes to have that as a part of their resume.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's a really cool event. You don't really see that in any other sports, or there's nothing really like that. So, no, it's pretty neat. Can't say I was really expecting to get it, but you go to the right places and you get rewarded, so that was nice.
Any friendly wagering in the locker room on the goal?
Actually, there wasn't too much this year. I did get to the rink early, and Jaron, our trainer, and Haley, they both told me I was going to get it, so they gave me a little confidence there. Yeah, so happy they were believing in me, and yeah, so that's good.
How about the wry smile after the goal to your line mates and Kai, you guys' shot on goal?
Yeah, no, I was just kind of laughing just because the puck was sitting right there. Happened pretty quick. I didn't know if I kind of snagged that goal on you, Chaz, or if it was going to sit there across the line. I didn't know, so I banged.
Better be safe.
Yeah, it's better safe than sorry. So no, I banged her in, and just kind of that's my type of goal. So I'll take that one.
Well, you know, talking about the game as a whole, because we get so wrapped up in the festivities, and that's all well and good, but it's still two important points that you guys need, and not only do you find a way to get them in a grinding game, but your goal is the only goal of that game, so it stands up even more.
Yeah, no, definitely. It was a solid checking game, 3 games in a row against those guys. We kind of looked at it as a mini series. We wanted to beat them in the series, and we did that, so it was good. Carl played a heck of a game, stood in there all night like he usually does. I mean, our goalies have been really good for us, whether it's Vicks or Whitehead or Carl. They've all been very solid for us, so yeah, it was nice.
It was a grinding kind of game. I mean, you had to fight as well.
Mm-hmm.
Did the team kind of know that was what it was going to take to win that hockey game?
Yeah, I mean, we knew we kind of had to stick to our standards, check tightly, defend hard. Yeah, and we're getting to be pretty familiar with some of those teams, so it's getting to be a little bit more rough out there, I guess. But no, I was kind of looking for one for a couple of games now, and it was nice to get
Good
one.
by the way.
Yeah, no, thank you. It was good to get a goal there and get a scrap too. So get them both done there in one game.
Now, when that goes in, there is a slight pause, I suppose, before everything starts pouring over the glass. Do you know instantly, like, I got it, I got the teddy bear goal, or is it just a goal and then you look around and you're like, oh, that's right?
Yeah, no, it was just kind of a goal, and I was laughing just because I tapped it in right on the line, and then obviously all the bears come flying, and I've seen guys slip and fall before, where they're skating and they kind of step on a bear and fall, so I was just trying not to do that. But no, it's pretty cool. It's when you're skating to the bench and all the bears are raining down. Yeah, it's a neat event.
And not to mention the fact you were part of 2 already before this game. They one in Bakersfield, one in San Diego. It's a lot more fun when it's yours, I imagine. Tell us a little bit about the cleanup, because it's 15-minute pause in the game, but you guys always seem to have a good time with that too.
Yeah, it's funny seeing all the different bears coming down. Those big teddy bears that people are throwing over the glass is pretty cool. I think we had someone inside a teddy bear or something like that.
For all we know, the bears sent you and it just
okay,
came
yeah,
to life.
Yeah. No, I didn't really see that. I didn't know who was in there, but I just seen somebody in the teddy bear and then they ran off the ice. But no, it's cool. I mean, it's definitely a lot tougher when you're an away team playing there and then having to sit there and watch it. But yeah, like I said, it's a pretty sweet event, and you don't really see that anywhere else in any other sport. So, yeah.
So moving on to play some other teams finally that you haven't seen. The repetition, you have to kind of make the challenge, like you guys said, win the series. How do you approach the rest of the schedule through the holidays?
Yeah, I mean, we got 2 games left here against Colorado. Obviously, we know they're a very good team. They're top of our division in standings. They play fast. It's a hard rink to play in. So, I mean, we've been very successful when we've stuck to our standards. I think for us, it's just about playing a full 60 minutes, showing up on time, playing the right way. And honestly, I think we just kind of got to think of our own game, focus on ourselves, and we'll be fine. Like, when we're checking hard and playing a solid defensive game, lots of our defense leads to offense, and that's where we have success. So I think if we kind of stick to what we do successful, then yeah, I think we'll have a good weekend.
You know, Darren and I had a chuckle on Tuesday night. You had the scrap in the 3rd period, and we could visibly see you during the fight looking at the linesman going, nope, nope, right. Not done.
Yeah.
And I just wonder for the fans who don't have a familiarity with it, how much conversation goes on during a scrap usually between yourself and the guy you're throwing punches at, and also the guy who's trying to stop you?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some conversations going on a little bit, and then there's lots of guys you fought a couple times, so there's a lot of respect in it too. I wasn't really ready for that fight to be over yet, so I wanted a little bit more time, but no, you got a lot of respect for the other guy for dropping the gloves as well, and get the barn going there, so that was good.
You are 5th all time in Silver Knights penalty minutes, and that's a year and change into your Silver Knights tenure. So this is part of your game. You've done a lot in a little bit of time. Why does it seem, whether it's yourself, Joe Fleming, it's not an automatic rule, but some of the guys who drop the gloves the most seem to be the most good-natured, best-humored guys in the lineup?
Yeah, that's kind of what they say, I guess, and there's a lot of guys that not a fan of on the ice, but they're kind of mutual friends with guys and they usually say you guys would be best buddies off the ice, so it's usually kind of how it works.
My tough guys, the way it's evolved, how do you integrate it into today's game where there's not as much fighting, but you have to be a player as well?
Yeah, you got to be able to play, and I think that's kind of what happened to me my first years in the AHL. I could fight, but I don't necessarily think I was ready as a player to be in the AHL, and it took me a while on the East Coast, and honestly, I really wouldn't want it any other way. Made me appreciate it, made me work hard, and kind of learned through that I wanted to be in the AHL, and that's where I wanted to be, so it makes you work harder, and yeah.
I saw an interview once where Dave Semenko talked about his first fight was, I think, it was in a tryout camp. I can't remember which team he was trying out for, but it was in that camp that he had his first fight. And as he's going through it, he's like, I'm doing okay. I'm not bad at this. Like, at what point do you discover that that's something that you have a knack for?
Yeah, so my first fight, it's actually funny. So Tim Speltz, I had him, our GM here, I had him in Spokane. So that was my first camp. I was 15 years old, and I knew, I guess I didn't see too many other hockey players being in a small town, just playing the same guys, playing other small town teams and whatnot. And I knew I kind of had to bring something else once I got to Spokane, and I tried fighting. I think my dad didn't play junior or any pro hockey, but I think he liked to scrap when he played. So I got my first fight there in Spokane at camp and broke my hand. And I can remember walking up to see my dad in the stands, and I had a big ice pack on and was bruised up, and he was laughing pretty hard. So I think it was two camps in Spokane. I broke my hand 2 years in a row. So kind of just tried it out in fighting or in camp and did well, and just kind of stuck with it. So. And
now you've toughened your hand a little bit. And for fans who don't know, you are farm tough. You hear you're a true throwback. Players in the old days, in the off season, they had to get another job. You go home, you work on the family farm. Yeah,
no, it's funny. Here I'm kind of known as the farm boy a little bit. Back home I'm known as the city kid. So I guess I kind of get a little bit of best of both worlds. But no, that's another thing. I don't think I'd be where I am without it. Kind of built my foundation, and my parents did a lot for me growing up and still do lots for me. And so I don't mind going home and helping with seeding. It's a grind, just like anything, good days, bad days, but it's fun. I get to work with my family. My brother and dad are always up there, and it's good. It gives you a good foundation and kind of makes you work a little bit harder in the gym, wanting to be a hockey player, so it's good.
One of the, going down that whole path of tough guys, good guys, Jeff Odgers was a good friend of mine. We got to know him with the Atlanta Thrashers. His quote, he had to explain to his kids, Dad, why are you always in fights? They were little, 8, 10 years old. He goes, well, I'm like a policeman or this, that. He goes, look, it's a tough way to make an easy living.
Yeah.
It's the best description I've heard.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Another farm boy guy too, Haji.
Yeah, no, and it's good. I mean, ever after that first fight, I loved it. I mean, I think the fights are definitely a lot tougher now in pro hockey than they were in junior. You're definitely feeling a little bit more in the morning, but I grew up doing it. I love kind of looking after my teammates in that aspect, and I know a lot of guys have my back too. So.
Before we let you go, we're on tight time. He's got to get to a meeting. If we get in there late, we'll never have him on the couch again. But now that fans who didn't already know a little bit more about your background and the way you approach the game, maybe it makes a little more sense. We had a bunch of Cowboys here from the NFR Rodeo last week, and they came and hung out. But the PR group called us, said, can we come and hang out? It didn't matter if they called us or not, because you and Mitch McLean were talking to those guys already. You're tight with those guys. How does that background work?
I mean, we met them last year. They came here for a skate. They were unbelievable guys. We got their numbers, went to watch them at the rodeo there, and it was unbelievable. I mean, I grew up around that stuff a little bit. My mom and sister, they barrel raced. My sister was in high school rodeo growing up. She actually came down to Vegas for junior nationals the one year, brought the horses all the way down here. Wow. So, it was pretty neat there in the dressing room. And I didn't know these Cowboys. I didn't really follow the PRCA too much, just kind of our local rodeo. But I sent a video, a little Snapchat around, and sent it to my mom and my sister, and they're like, holy man, that's Zeke Thurston and the Hay brothers. And I was like, you actually know these guys? So it's pretty sweet. They take care of us. They're awesome to be around, and it's kind of similar cultures, the Cowboy culture and the hockey culture, so we get along pretty well.
Yeah, see, the challenges of being a pro hockey player, your family's starstruck by everybody else that you get to hang out with.
Yeah, exactly. They're trying to make it down this year. Didn't work out. They're going to come after Christmas, but they're pretty jealous that I was able to hang out with those guys for a while.
Good Christmas plans?
Unfortunately, I can't make her home this year. There's a few guys hanging around here. McLean's going to be around here. His family's down here, so I'll be hanging out with a few guys, and then I got some family coming after the holidays. So it'd be nice to get them down here.
Well, if a band of rough and tumble carolers come to your door, it just might be these guys. Yeah. Riley, congratulations on the Lucky Launch goal and a great start to the season. We'll talk to you again real soon.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
That's Riley McKay. We'll come back in just a few moments. We're horsing around.
Huzzah! Go sit, and he'll do me.
How long have you been doing this for?
Just 48 years.
Wow. Oh! Goal again! I'll see you out at the football throwing.
You're out there?
Yeah, I'll be out there soon.
I'll go watch you London.
What is your favorite candy?
Can I put Oreos in there?
That's not candy, bro. I'm gonna go up. Is it just like wait in line, or I'm going over there right now actually. Yeah.
Trevor made it to the top. Kai made it happen.
Yeah, right. Trevor made it to the top. Gotta probably save this. My mom wants it. Macker got it too.
Oh, that's sick.
Sure, get a picture of Santa. Yeah, let's go. Santa, can we get a picture? Holy, I feel like I'm 5'2".
Thanks for bringing to eat every game. Appreciate it.
Huzzah!
Bingo!
Hey! What's he saying? What? Shame! Sample! Yes! That's what happens.
He's misbehaving.
I know.
Me?
I know.
I would never.
Don't check me into the board. Signature.
Absolutely.
Pretty accurate on the face.
Yeah, it's the best looking face around. Yeah, I would agree. Talk to this guy. He's hilarious. It's the comedian of the team. See you, Chaz. That's 5. That's 5. Where'd it go? I think it went over there. Yes! Breaks free. Break away. Yes!
Trouble.
Huzzah! They don't say bingo, they say huzzah. Really, Sampo? It's actually higher than I thought, though. Oh my God, I can't even step on that. They're all deflated. Flips it over, oh! Fun playing with you, pound it. Pound the camera. Huzzah! Huzzah!
We're back wrapping things up on Horsin Around. It is the Christmas season, and for that, just to give everyone a heads up, we do this show as weekly as we can, but sometimes we get interrupted as well. We'll take next week off. We'll let everyone focus on family, and the last thing we want is for everyone opening presents on Christmas morning to stop and say, "Wait a minute, the new episode of the podcast is out."
Horsin Around is up.
We don't want to do that to you, so. We'll resume when we come back from the break. But for the Silver Knights, they've been able to make an impact during this Christmas season. We've talked about Lucky Launch, of course. Great having Riley McKay join us. That was not the only contribution the Silver Knights made, however. We had about a dozen players or so here earlier in the week. Kim Frank and the VGK Foundation were kind enough to connect with United Way. They brought over about, I think, 16 bicycles that they needed to be put together for kids to receive on Christmas, and our guys got to work. And a handier group than I would have thought.
Yeah, and the VGK Foundation, led by Kim Frank, did that with those players as well. I know I built, I think they may have built about 100 over at City National Arena.
Just a few more than we did.
Bigger staff, bigger staff to do that. My contribution, pedals.
Pedals, that's your expertise?
It's not lefty loosey, righty tighty. It's the opposite direction.
How long did it take you to figure that out?
For me, I knew it coming in, but I was able to pass it along and help the process along. So I was just a foreman again, as usual.
We discovered that a little bit in our project as well. And again, it was about a dozen guys did a terrific job. I think Brandon Hickey built 4. He's a tinkerer. He's a model guy. He's been able to figure. He was able to figure out the rod A and the slot B and all that stuff pretty quickly. But I do notice it's a great exercise for all the guys. Everyone has a good time with it. But you can definitely tell who are the 20-year-old guys who haven't built a lot of bicycles and who are the Jacob Megnas who have kids at home. And like he's done this before.
He's done this before, to some extent, for sure.
But guys did a great job, and that's a contribution. Yeah. Then we had about a dozen players went over to St. Rose Hospital for a visit as well. Met some newborns and some new parents, so a lot of fun as well. It's a great time of year for all that.
And the guys are so giving. You know, that's hockey does such a good job as a sport, down to the team level. I always go back to the guys. They do it. Most of the time when you come out of those kinds of things, it's like they gave me more than I gave them just by being there. So good on them, and good for the holiday season.
And Lucky did his part too. Lucky was at the hospital. We'll probably a week from now or so, we'll see some footage from that. I know our team was there capturing some of the content, but the one thing that Lucky is challenged with everywhere he goes, he's taller than he thinks he is. So he didn't trip any of the fire sprinklers at the hospital or anything like that, but he did have to do some limboing in the hallway. So lesson learned. But it is Christmas, and I think we all have wonderful Christmas memories that if we're hockey people, it's just your memories tie back to the game, whether it's Christmas presents underneath the tree, whether it's hockey tournaments that start at 5 a.m. the day after Christmas. And of course, we've talked about World Juniors, which will start on the 26th for your viewing pleasure. But hockey always had a part in Christmas. And I'm curious for you, both as a father and a former child, what were some of the Christmas memories that tied to the game?
Well, it ties back to equipment lots of times. My two, as a kid, first set of goal pads that I got, and Santa, quote unquote Santa at the time, they weren't under the tree. So I was kind of disappointed. I was hoping I'd ask for goalie pads, but Santa, or my dad, hid them behind the couch. He thought that was fun, that I'd find them and stumble upon them later, and was elated to get those. The other thing was, a couple years later, stocking stuffer, Montreal Canadiens playing the Toronto Maple Leafs, my first trip to Maple Leaf Gardens to watch a game.
Oh, wow.
So that was really exciting. As a dad, again, with girls, I remember our youngest, Jillian, always wanting stuff that had to be put together. A fire truck one year, a motorized vehicle, little punch buggy, she called it, like a Volkswagen looking little thing. And wouldn't use them very long. Like maybe that day or the next day, and they would just sit in the garage from that point on. So that's a real harumph dad response.
Humbug, yeah. I will say.
How about you? Equipment?
Equipment too, and it was always on Christmas morning where you'd get those big upgrades. So I remember, being too young to be able to do anything. You could give me a 2x4 out there, you get the same result. But when the synthetic sticks were still pretty new, I got that Easton Z bubble. So I got that, went out. No point still, but it looked flashier. That graph.
You got what you asked for.
Yeah, graph skates was big. I always liked that. If I knew then what I know now, I have very, very wide feet. Observe. Flat. I walk on my ankles. So there's so many pairs of skates that were uncomfortable for me when I was a kid. The graphs were like sneakers, and I loved them. Now I realize that they were also 3-pound cinder blocks after about a few months. So my whole childhood, like, Brian, you're very slow-footed in the corners.
Play my skates.
I'm wearing ankle weights, but those are the big ones. But the best gift and the worst reaction from me, I suppose, or not failing to meet the moment, was I was probably 7 or something like that. And I'm telling this story because the fans need to know. Anyone who relies on us for our commentary during games and wants to trust that, you gotta know how observant I'm really not. Which is to say, I got downstairs and presents are on the ground. I'm 7 or whatever, and I'm going through all the boxes. I'm excited, and my parents are looking at me like, Brian, what are the presents in? And I look up and I just see these candy canes dangling above my head, and I said, wow, candy canes. They were dangling from the top of the netting in the street hockey net that my dad got me. So I was for 10 minutes in the net opening presents, not recognizing that I was in a net at all. I had to zoom out.
Your number one gift.
I had to zoom out to realize that the most important thing in the room that would result in a lot of dents in the garage door for years to come was there. So that was the best one. I just didn't realize it at first.
Made for a better story all these years.
That's right. Yeah, it was my first forest for the trees moment. Was the net? But as soon as it's like, what else do you see, Brian? Wow, candy canes. That's when my parents knew. Like, all right, well, he's not gonna do anything in math or science. Maybe we'll just see if we can get him to talk more. But it's always.
You get a microphone the next year?
Well, it would have been, Fisher Price microphone or something would have been topical, but maybe they didn't want to encourage that either. I was talking enough as it is. I was the kid that would talk to all the adults. I remember this once. We were going to an Islander game at Nassau Coliseum, and my friends, my brother, and my friend's mom, who's like an aunt to us, she might even see this and confirm. She's driving, and I spend the entire drive talking to her in the front seat about the game that we're going to watch. And about 15 minutes in, my brother from the back seat is, Brian, she's not listening to you. She's just saying, uh-huh. And she died laughing, and then the jig was up. So to that point, no one ever had to encourage me to talk. I just did.
No microphone needed. Okay, got
None
it.
needed. But what are the Christmas plans? What are you doing?
Daughter's coming to town, so we're going to go out to dinner, all of us, on kind of a tradition on Christmas Eve. And PGK games.
Very nice.
And hang close. And the big household gift this year for us, for Meredith and I, a little puppy. Oh,
That's great.
We'll just be watching and oohing and eyeing. How about you?
Does the puppy arrive on Christmas, or have we met him yet? Do we know who's coming? Yesterday.
Rogie is his name, and he's in the fold. Youngest pup we've ever had, just 10 weeks old.
Oh, that's
little.
All right, so neither me or Darren are sleeping of late, but
for different reasons.
Yeah, that's right. Well, we're going to go to St. Augustine. Nice. That's where my parents are. Yeah. So if anyone has a flight to Florida this week, keep an eye out for me. We are bringing the 4-month-old baby. Merritt's coming with us. Well,
kudos.
All advice is welcome. So in the comments section below this video, if you've got advice for how to handle a 4-month-old on a plane, I've done some research, and all the research basically says you're on your own.
That's right.
So if you have any recommendations, I will take them. But we'll be in Florida, and then we'll be back. Silver Knights are scheduled to return to practice, I believe, on the 27th, playing the Coachella Valley Firebirds at home on the 28th. Great tickets available. Everyone's on Christmas break right now, heading into the new year, so make use of it. See some hockey. Head to HendersonSilverKnights.com and get your seats. But if you're looking for something to fill your mornings, 11 a.m. on the 27th is what we expect will be the return to practice for the Silver Knights. Might be a little bit later, but keep an eye on Silver Knights socials for that. But Darren, have a Merry Christmas. Enjoy the pups.
Happy holidays, everybody. We will, and enjoy your flight.
I will, and we'll be back on the other side of the break for more conversations just like this, because we're always here, horsing around.